Hi, welcome back to SARA Daily, where we bring you our best simple, actionable, reliable advice to help you grow and scale your small business. Today, we're talking about 4 steps to create a personal brand. This is really important because some of us already have personal brands as small business owners and understand what that is and have that incorporated into our business strategy. Some of us have relied on, or just by the nature of what we do, shown up more as the brand or the name of our business instead of ourselves. But this day and age, it's important, I think, to have a personal brand, whether your business is you or your business is a different name. So here's 4 things to do to create your personal brand. The first thing is you need to take the time to define yourself. So this means deciding what you want to be known for and what you want to relay to your audience. So questions you might ask yourself around this are, what are you an expert at? What do you love to do? What do you get excited to talk to people about? And what do other people ask you about often? And don't worry about making these things monetizable. This is really just about how you're going to show up authentically as a personal brand. And these things don't have to be the same as what you're currently doing in your other business. This is just the definition phase. Second, pick your platform. So in developing a personal brand, you can make a decision on where do you want to show up? Do you want to have a website that's for your personal brand separate from your other business? Do you just want to be on social media and push all of the traffic that's interested in learning more about you to your business's website? There's tons and tons of options about platforms and how you want to strategically show up online as a personal brand. We're not going to go deeply into that today, but it is something to consider is where do you want to show up with your personal brand, and starting to think about that as you step into telling your story. Next is to tell your story. This is a piece that a lot of people get stuck on, because I think when we are first cultivating our personal brands, it might feel kind of strange to talk about ourselves or our own personal story when we've been used to talking more about the business that we lead or the business that we own. So don't be embarrassed about this. There's lots of ways to step into telling your story authentically. The thing we recommend is to develop 3 to 5 content buckets, and we have other episodes about this if you want to go find those episodes. But this is really thinking about 3 to 5 topics that truly define who you are and that you love to talk about, and making those things the most common containers within which you tell little snippets of your story on your platform. So whether that's your website or social media, if you categorize everything into these content buckets, it's going to make you feel pretty comfortable with the structure of your storytelling and give you some boundaries around how to tell the story in a way that you feel comfortable with and that your audience can relate to. So take the time as you start to think about your personal brand to come up with those content buckets and see what resonates for you. And then lastly is about consistency. So in building a personal brand, as in anything, it's going to take some time. And if you are not consistently showing up as your personal brand, then I would say it might not be the right time for you to do it, because it will be not a waste of time, but you're not going to get as much traction with a personal brand unless you start to show up consistently, which is the same advice we give you for your small business. So make sure that you have a plan about how you're going to show up on your platforms, whether that is social media posts, video, showing up on your website, whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be every day. To develop a personal brand doesn't necessarily mean you have to show up every day, but you do want to be consistent at whatever interval you can do. So those are the 4 things I would do if you are starting out with a personal brand. Take the time to define yourself, really know what you want to talk about and what people want to hear from you. 2, pick your platforms, make sure that you are on platforms, social media or website, whatever it is, that are really going to serve your purpose. 3, tell your story and don't be shy about telling your story, and use content buckets to help yourself outline your story. And then 4, be consistent. It doesn't have to be every day, but it does have to be consistent. For more tips like this, check out the community, our online membership mastermind for women who own small businesses. Lots and lots of resources in there about personal brands and storytelling, all of the components of everything we talked about today. We would love to see you in there. Thanks for watching.